go. All right, we should be live, and we should be able to hear Lynn this time. So let
Hooray!
us know. So
I'm so excited.
welcome to Demiplanes and Doodles, everyone. It is our second episode. I am Vic, and you should hear a beautiful Lynn's voice, hopefully.
Oh, please tell me you hear me. Or else Jesus betrayed us.
Or yeah, we only took our advice from Jesus. All right. So, as usual, I will take a zip purple. Oh, the dark purple. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a good point. There's no audio issue, so is this really DNC?
Wow. We're just that good. We're wizards. Well, Lynn's a wizard.
I didn't do anything. That was you.
I was inspired by wizardry. Oh, I have my tea.
Yes. You're welcome.
Oh, I burned my tongue. That's nice. All right.
No cursing.
I am not cursing. I just said, oh, dang.
I know. Just say.
So, all right. So,
Cat,
hi. I am
cannot
a Vic. There's a Lynn. And then we also, I'm going to officially announce our chat moderator, Tabitha, who's sitting across from me.
What's up?
Her in the distance.
That was aggressive. What's up?
She's very aggressive. She just hides it by her sweet nature. Trust me. I know these things. And I guess also starring occasionally Champ and Whiskey, depending on if they want to be heard tonight.
Whiskey's currently asleep.
Oh, don't wake the baby.
No, don't wake him.
All right.
Oh, he's like a little potato and it's adorable.
Aww, the cutest. Show. All right. What are we talking about today, bro?
Vic, what color are you first?
I picked a dark purple, so I'm like right here.
Coming after my brand. Okay, there we go. I'll be Ziffer Blue.
Oh, Ziffer Blue. All right, so
there we go. There we are. Yay.
Yeah.
It's a good bean.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Aw, that's adorable. Yay. Oh, it's gone.
He's gone forever. Sorry.
No angels allowed here.
No angels. No angels here.
Speaking of angels.
Oh, speaking of angels. That's right. So tonight we are discussing what visually makes a class. Like, say, for instance, you... an example that we're doing tonight is... So, say you're building a paladin. And that paladin, like, what are the visual clues that you have to show somebody is a paladin?
Paladin.
Paladin. So, Lynn, what do you think of when you hear a character is a paladin? I'm going to put you on the spotlight because you have experience with paladins.
Vic, are you asking me to lore drop you on some paladin knowledge?
Yes, very much. I agree. Paladins, the first clue about them is they are your pal. It's in the name.
That is very true. I was talking more of like the historical title of the word paladin.
Please speak to me on just drop history lore on me. God, yes.
Oh God.
I'm always excited for learning.
For learnings. So when people think of paladin, well, what do you think of when you think of paladin? I think of a knight.
Yeah, I think of a knight. Knight in shining armor, usually.
Specifically the shiny armor.
The shiniest of armors.
Yeah, look at my handwriting. It's beautiful, I know.
The hair got way too Grayson for me.
It's still Grayson hair. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there he is.
I just gotta do the little braid. There he is. So tell me about
There's
the paladins.
So, paladins were essentially a knight order that was created by the Catholic Church in the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire. And they're essentially like historically known as knights with a higher honor because their higher calling does not come from the king, it comes from the Pope, and it comes from God.
Yes, yes.
So when people think paladin D&D terms, they think of a knight, but also cleric.
Yeah, because clerics could also fall under knight as well, since they technically are proficient in heavy armor.
Yeah. So they don't necessarily heal or anything. Well, I'm talking actual paladins, like historically accurate paladins. They weren't. They weren't healers by any means. They actually
weren't
like
slinging magic around.
That would be sick. Well, actually,
that's heresy.
Well, yeah, it is. Any type of magic was considered heresy, whether it was good or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, and no audio issues. Is this really DNC?
Yeah, he's being Jeremiah, please.
But yeah, we'll get into necromancers and how they were actually clerics at a different point in time.
Well, we'll leave the clerics for another episode.
Basically. So anyway.
Yes.
When I think paladins, I think of, the Holy Knight, essentially.
Yes.
The Holy Knight. And that kind of translates into their look. Their armor, heavy armor. They're gonna probably have some sort of like good alignment. And for the most part, I don't know. Like I don't know. It's usually just those two things.
So what?
They're heavy armor, heavy armor, heavy weapon.
Okay.
Good boys.
All right, so, well, I mean, to put a spin on that, I know in Dungeons & Dragons you have the option of also playing, because paladins are usually seen as very extreme alignments. You're either lawful good or you're completely evil. Like, you have, like, Oathbreaker paladins, you have, like, severely, like, lawful evil paladins that follow, like, a god who's under that specific domain. And all of that fun stuff. So with that in mind, yeah.
I haven't seen that many Oathbreakers.
No?
Personally, no, I haven't.
Yeah, I've played very few games with people. Like when I do play, I play with like a certain group of people, and I very rarely
just people in general. I don't play games with people.
I don't play games with people.
I mean, that's fair.
Jesus, Jesus just messaged. What was the fix? Well, Jesus, since you will be listening to this video later, I'm going to let you know that it was putting the speakers as the microphone I'm using. So there's your answer.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work.
Nope.
All right, so
it did not work.
Let's get into, I guess, visual cues. So we think knights. So what would you say? I'm creating a paladin from scratch, and the only way... so you have Alistair. Alistair obviously is a knight. He's literally in armor.
Yep.
You have like an entire page on lore based off why he is.
The patrons could have actually read that because it's on our Patreon.
Oh, it is
my
on
entire
our
explanation.
Wow,
the entire explanation of why he is the way he is.
Shout out to the Alistair Discord and the Patreon because we love all of you guys.
I gave him fish guys.
Oh.
Sorry, but
his little swat.
wait, go back. There.
That's perfect. That's super cute.
That's adorable. But yes, yeah, I gave him heavy armor because that's just his class. He wields a giant sword.
So say that I'm gonna go ahead and draw him out here. You come across a character. No, you have no inclination whatsoever. You never read his character sheet. You didn't get a basic introduction to this guy at all. But say you come across... I just drew his hair the wrong way. I'm a sham. Clearly, I'm not the official artist for this Twitch channel. Because I don't know how to draw
of course not.
any of the characters. Wow. I'm great at drawing on the fly. Oh my god, Sarah's getting away from me. That chicken hair. So
there he is. He's getting there.
He's getting there. It's a little rough. He had a windy day flying on. All right, so there he is. So say you you are in you're in the middle of your session, and the DM introduces you to this man who is wearing only white robes and very soft features. Very very streamlined, and he's only carrying with him probably like a shield and a quarterstaff or his glaive. And he's just pale white hair, kind of odd colored eyes, and he's just very, very. I'm gonna say he's very boyish in looks and just by West standards scrawny.
Everything's scrawny by West standards.
Yeah. So seeing this individual, what class would you think he would be?
I know who it is, but immediately off the bat, just based on visual cues, I would say he's either more likely a cleric or a monk. But since he has a shield, probably a cleric.
Yeah, shield. Which half the time I forget he has a shield until he says, "I take my shield out." I'm like, "Oh, you have a shield."
Oh.
Yeah. So chat's saying witch, monk. Yeah.
Monk. Yeah. See, monk. It's the robes. Yeah. People automatically think.
Well, yeah, because monks you see like them flowing robes and all them crazy moves. Yeah. Yes. Monk poses.
Yes, I agree with this.
Monks have some weird poses. Yeah. So. Well, actually, introducing, he's from our Friday game that we stream, Sacred World, and this is our paladin Ariel, and he is an angel.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Oh, never mind, it's fine.
Yes, he's a duck. Thank you, Hannah.
Says we went offline.
It says we went offline? No. No, it shows we're on. It shows on my end that we're online.
It just started.
Is it buffering? No, we're still there.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we're good.
We're still alive. Yes, thank you, Jeremiah. He has a glaive, which is a two-handed weapon, and he also has a shield. So he's got a lot of fun options.
But what makes him a paladin, though?
That's a very good question, and that's a question I'd reserve for the actual player himself, but I don't have him here. Usually, well, he is from the I'm gonna say his god that bestows him his paladin powers is Pelor, the sun god. So I guess the answer would be because he is good-natured and trying to I guess do what's just in the world, going by his order. But yeah, by visual alone, he does not look like what you'd think your typical paladin is.
Too many soaps. That's what.
So many soaps. He smells like soap.
He smells just like a good soap.
That lavender smell.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I guess that just kind of like goes into what visually what makes your character stand out. Like, would you rather, I guess, have a character that looks exactly like how their class is, or would you want to try to, in a way, break that mold?
I personally try to make them different.
Oh yeah.
But Alistair just kind of fell into his look. Because I don't know if he looks like a paladin. He definitely looks like a knight, though.
Yeah, which in turn makes me think, paladin, because he's dressed like a knight.
Yeah. But wouldn't that be also a fighter?
That could also be. This is correct, because we also have a fighter who claims to be a knight themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. Draw that good boy real quick. Which we have the.
I don't know. I feel like it gets kind of blurry because everything just kind of melts together.
Yeah. And it's always player choice too, and how they want their character to look. Like you have, for instance, we'll talk about my dad, who has been playing Dungeons and Dragons since like the dawn of time, like since it originally first came onto the scene, and it was that forbidden thing that you don't talk about in public. because satanic panic and all that good stuff. Reagan? No, we're not talking about that. I can't draw armor. We're just gonna say I just can't draw armor. Yeah, so we have Xavier, who is fighter class. So obviously he looks like a knight because he's proficient in, which I would say a lot of your aesthetic for a character goes into what your character is proficient in wearing in the game. So say your character is proficient in wearing heavy armor, naturally you're going to want to go for something that is of the highest ace, that will make you the hardest to hit. Because this is how you win the game.
There's no winning D&D, let's be honest.
There's no, there's winning in D&D. It's just you have to constantly thwart the DM and all the... Haven't you heard? Dungeons and Dragons is you versus the DM.
Oof.
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 Mazes and Monsters. Yes. Wait, I have seen Mazes and Monsters. Me and the Divide and Conquer crew, we actually sat down
I picked that movie for us to
Yes, Tabitha made us watch that movie. Because we all sat down to do a movie review of it. Because us being, complete Dungeons and Dragons nerds that love it so much that we have to, foist it upon the internet. I like that word, foist.
We watched Darkest Dungeons.
If the DM
Darkest
quits,
Dungeons.
that mean we won.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, if the DM quits, that means you win. Aw, thank you, Socks. Yes, that is exactly how you win D&D, as long as everyone is having fun. If people walk away saying that they had a good time and that was a good game, then you won.
If the DM has to get up, that's when...
Also, you level up. That's when you win. Because that's what we're all about, that sweet, sweet XP.
Oh, that sweet, sweet XP that Grayson still can't teleport till next level.
No, he can't teleport till next level. Good thing we're playing in milestones.
That was the longest milestone ever.
Well, it was less combat and more social experience. So.
Fair.
Back on Paladins. Or back on just character design in general. So,
yes.
Say, let's pick, for instance... Actually, let's say we're coming up with a character. Say that we're building a character, and how is it we want to, using our art fundamentals. What are those, Lynn? What are art fundamentals?
The bane of every artist's existence when they're learning them.
Yep.
That's the easiest way I could put that. But it's,
right.
It's shadow, form, all that lovely crap you have to learn in school. But it's needed.
Yeah. I would say, yeah,
Very
it
much so.
is definitely needed. Because it's a good way to, understand what you're doing as an artist. For instance, I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Making that staff go.
Yeah, it's just basic understanding of form, value, unity, all that good stuff. Shape, line, weight. Ways that visually make sense. So that your art can be interpreted by somebody who's not inside your head. Because it can make sense in your head, but if somebody's looking at it from the outside and they don't understand it, then there's really nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
But don't keep saying uh-oh to me.
It keeps doing that thing where it pauses.
Well, it's fine, because I'm looking at it from my computer.
Quit saying uh-oh.
Stop saying uh-oh, you're stressing me out.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Thank you for being vigilant, chat moderator. Yeah, so essentially taking a character...
I take my job very seriously.
I thank you for taking your job very seriously. Although I'm gonna go ahead and just bring in the tea real quick and just say that I feel like my entire point on Ariel as a character, visually my point is being made at the fact that he does not look like a paladin, but stat-wise, his robes are secretly heavy armor because he's an angel, and angels
What?
can hide their armor. Yeah, angels can hide
What?
their armor and disguise it. So visually, he doesn't look like a paladin, but he's actually wearing heavy armor.
I did not know that. That's super cool.
Yeah, because I sometimes when I used to be in the live game back in Houston, God, I miss it. I would sneak a peek at Colton's character sheet because I'd be sitting right next to him, and I'd just be like, AC 22, what?
Freaking angels.
Oh my
How?
Jeezums. You know what Grayson's AC is, everyone? There it is.
Yeah,
That's a
play
good
it one
number.
time. That's what I thought happened.
That's a good AC number right there.
Aww.
That's a pretty good AC number. Sometimes I'll roll villains that won't even hit above that. Except on Monday, he was rolling an 8, and that was oof for Xavier.
My poor baby.
Poor baby boy.
Speaking of,
Yes.
yeah. So when you got Colton's character, did he tell you what he wanted him to look like, or did you have to like kind of work with him on that?
He 100% told me right away what he wanted his character to look like. He had art reference. He's like, I want him to look like this guy, this build, this facial structure. I have reference for his hair color. I have reference for his eye color. Like, he had everything for me, and I was amazed.
You're just like, thank God.
I'm like, oh, thank you. And later I'm going to be drawing Ariel's new re-rendered design for this new arc in Sacred World. And I was like, hey, how do you want Ariel to look? And he sent me this picture that he found, and he's like, I want his armor to look like this kind of variation. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And it's basically, you can see, honestly, I feel like Colton, as he's playing Ariel's a very different form of paladin, because paladins are basically, I don't play a paladin, but I kind of see them as the front of the line kind of character. They're the face of the party. They're always the first one into battle to protect their companions. They're the shield to protect the innocent. So you see them as these big stalwart characters with the heavy armor, the shield, the sword, looking very much like a holy knight. And Ariel, and they're also like in a way very kind of in charge almost. I mean, Alistair I don't think falls under that.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does, but is he going to be the one? But is he going to be the one in a situation to be the character that takes charge of the party?
I think if he was pushed to it, he would.
Okay. The writers will remember that.
Like he's been trained his whole life.
Of course.
Like, so I would like to think he knows what he needs to do, but he just kind of goes about it in an unconventional way.
Okay, yeah. So, well, I mean, essentially, you know, the paladins are very forward. They're very stalwart in a way. I like using that word for paladins because it's a nice word. Also, Ariel has wings. He just doesn't show them half the time, but he does have wings because he's an angel.
Because he's angel.
I know Wes constantly asks him,
from the
like,
solar
why don't you
realm.
show your wings? I don't want people to know who I am.
Yeah, essentially, which I'm keying that into Ariel's character. He plays a paladin very differently. He kind of plays him more as, instead of just like a front of the line warrior, he's a very I'm trying to think of the word to say this. Because if you watch some of our streams, you'll see Ariel's combat tactics, and that is, I'm going to find a point of cover, and I'm going to just kind of spam Sacred Flame. But I think he works in a very tactician.
That's a very bizarre way of being a paladin.
I think
that's a very like magic user kind of tactic.
He kind of falls more into, he relies I'm gonna say he kind of relies heavily on his magic more so than his actual like melee attacks as a paladin. Because paladin, you get that wonderful branding smite, which allows you to like hit something and then be like, I feel like doing an extra D10 of radiant. Or something of that measure. Don't fact check me on that. I am not somebody you should quote on D&D
I can
rules.
look at Alistair's character sheet, but I don't want to. Just
don't fact
take
check
a word.
me. I'm totally a DM. I'm qualified.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, so essentially he plays very heavily as a magic user more so. So he kind of thinks a little bit more tactfully in combat. He, I guess in a way, is more... I don't want to say it as self-preservation. I mean, we all don't want our character to be hurt or die or anything, but like in the sense of I'm probably like the line of defense for if a party member goes down, I need to think about keep preserving myself, so in case something bad happens to someone, I'll be there to assist them. So he's like always like Shield of Faith, Secret Flame, Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt's the one I think I love that he spams the most because advantage on everything.
Arya also spams that one.
Yes, thank you, Arya, for always spamming Guiding Bolt for me. The barbarian thanks you. So he, and also in roleplay, he also plays Ariel very, a little bit more passive. I noticed in later episodes, he's getting a little bit more forthright in himself. He's getting more confident in his role as a paladin, and he's essentially working together with Aurea as much as they can work together, taking the lead on keeping the party together and moving them forward wherever the story takes them. We rely on he does play into the diplomacy skills a lot for a paladin, and I think that's one of my favorite things about Ariel.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I know he's got a stupid high charisma.
I know that feeling.
Do you, Grayson?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Essentially, this was Ariel's first design when I made him. It was just standard white kind of cleric-ish robes, cleric monkish robes, just very loose-fitting, very flowy. I was going for a very angelic vibe because, at the time, I didn't know he was an angel because that was a secret when we first started the game. Nobody was supposed to know he was an angel. But he just kind of like clued me in on, I want my character to look like this. He needs to have silvery white hair. He needs to have these pale angelic eyes. And like, he just wanted this character to look he kept keying me in on angelic. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to make this guy look as angelic as possible. And then we find out he's an angel. And we're like, oh, well, I should have known that.
Damn it.
God damn it. It was right in front of me this whole time. Oh, I was so proud of him.
So would you say visually he's playing more into his race?
Yeah, I would say visually he's playing more into his race because it's one of those things where I'm an angel, in which, that could go hand in hand with paladin visually because Holy Knight, angel is like the holiest you can get.
That's true.
Let me see. So he's getting a little bit more paladin-y, I've noticed, as he's gone... West would say he's gone native, because he's been on the mortal realm for so long.
Oh.
I think Ariel's starting to get a little... I don't want to say he's getting corrupted, but I want to say West is being a little bit of an influence on him.
Well, that's nightmarish.
Ariel, do this.
Ariel, do this. Do it. Which I'm sad Colton wasn't there for last night's game, because West actually, voluntarily chose to walk into a church just to seek answers for something. Alright, and so here we have kind of my new concept for Ariel at this moment, where he'll still have the robes, like the flowing robes, maybe like a little bit of like one of those tri-capes behind him, because those are fun.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. And then just like a standard like plate mail breastplate, and it's gonna have like all kinds of like wild like ornate design on it. So in that sense, he looks a little bit more like a paladin, but still more cleric-y, if anything.
Yeah, like a heavy armored cleric.
Yeah, so if I was gonna make him look a little bit more, well, I don't know if there's a way to make him look more paladin-y, if we're gonna play into that trope some.
Here, just make him look full angel and give him a halo.
Halo.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, that's that discussion on Ariel and Alistair, which I guess that essentially, as we've been talking about this whole time, sort of inadvertently, going on about, when you're designing a character, what do you consider? Like, do you think visually about how they look with their class? Like, for instance, you're playing a rogue, and so obviously as a rogue, I'm totally not ripping on someone here. You're gonna like hide your face with a mask and wear like a hood to conceal your identity. You're gonna be constantly like
I'm gonna call out every single rogue I've ever had to draw right now.
Actually,
please don't have your rogue in all black.
Is that why
it is a nightmare?
Is that why Carabaw's your favorite rogue, because he's wearing all green instead?
Thank God.
Yeah. So...
okay. Every single rogue I've ever had to do has been in all black, and do you know how absolutely nightmarish that is to color?
So, let's off-branch into color theory, guys.
Please. I get the whole, like, in the shadows thing. I totally get that. But there are dark versions of other colors.
Also,
yes, green.
I would say also picking one singular color. That's a nice color.
Great color. It is a great color. Guess what? It's blue.
I never would have guessed.
Look at that. You can use that color, or you can use this color. Well, that's black. You don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
You
know what a good color is? That's one of my favorites to use. If I were to make a rogue, I would use this color.
Ooh. Like, I get the theory behind it. Like, they're supposed to be in the shadows. You're not supposed to see them. But honestly, like, if you really think about it, if you are dressed in, like, Vanta black and you're walking around outside, people are going to see, like, the silhouette.
Real talk. Because I want to see a rogue completely Vanta black. Like, please, like, just spray paint all your clothes Vanta black. I want to see what that looks like in real life. That would be so startling.
That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, Jericho was would you say Jericho was a good color balance for a rogue?
I think so.
Yeah. Because he kind of like had the black trench coat look, and then he had like a bluish shirt or something.
Yeah, he had the blue shirt, he had the black. He had like a black pair of, like, they're kind of like jeans, so they were faded black.
Yeah.
So that helped a bit, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're talking realistically, if you're dressed in all black and you're hiding in the shadows and someone's looking at you, they're going to see the silhouette. They're going to see this black hole against stuff that's not actually black.
Just because you roll a 30 in broad daylight doesn't mean you're immediately invisible. I'm sorry.
But I guess what I'm supposed to say is how do I say it? The all black is very difficult to do as an artist because nothing is solid black. Nothing in the world, and nothing in the world out in nature is a solid black color. It's always like a dark version of either red, blue, or purple. Sometimes even green. That's why, like, when you have a black ballpoint pen and it gets wet, it usually turns like blue.
Yeah.
Because nothing's actually black.
Black is just the absence.
Exactly.
So, getting on to that idea of character design, so what would you say your opinion is on the Assassin's Creed kind of rogue trope, where instead of wearing all black, they're wearing all white?
I think it's fun.
Yeah. And I guess in a way it visually matches their environment because they're in these medieval settings, Renaissance, where the stones are like bleached white, so they literally could just blend in with the actual surroundings.
If you want to be a good rogue, you need to dress like everybody else.
Ooh, I like that.
Like, dress as a civilian.
Be a master of disguise. Rep that disguise kit. It's there for a reason.
Yeah, like, don't be a rogue who's dressed in all black and looks like the Crow. Like, dress...
But the Edge. I love the Edge.
Everyone loves the Edge, but if you want to be a damn good rogue, you need to dress like everyone else so no one knows.
Oh,
that's
no.
like that's
Davin was a good rogue.
He was a great rogue.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Hannah makes a good point. Shout out to Cutie Chain, who has an Etsy shop where you can buy really cute chainmail dice pouches. So definitely go check her out. She has a lot of cool stuff, and I really want to buy one at some point so that I can protect my dice with chainmail. Hannah mentioned
100% forgot to plug all of that.
I know, we forgot to plug everything. We'll just kind of do it casually throughout the show.
We'll make it organic. It's fine.
It's organic, yeah. Jesus likes organic. All right, so Hannah,
you know what else is organic?
Flesh.
Do you know what else is organic?
What?
The wood that Talon and Claw uses.
Oh my god!
For their dice vaults.
That was so organic, just like the wood that Talon and Claw uses for their dice vaults and DM screens. So, you can check out. You can check their information below, and we have a link to their Etsy shop. You can go check them out. We have a coupon code, but right now they have 10% off in their entire store for this weekend. So you can get dual hex blah, 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 blah. You can get dual hex dice vault. You can get the Council of Seven single dice vault. You can get DM screens. They have a dice tray now, and they're always coming up with crazy new ideas, and I love them. And I wish my wallet could reflect because I want to buy all their stuff.
It's good stuff.
It's so good. Okay, so back to Hannah. Hannah says, on the topic of character design, I like to dress them as they would dress themselves, and then make it useful to mesh with their class.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, does West dress himself? The barbarian.
Clearly he dresses himself. That's why he barely wears anything.
That's fair. I would say my wizard Grayson also dresses himself.
That's why he looks so good all the time.
He's so on point and also has the sluttiest boots.
Just right out, we're just gonna say he has the sluttiest boots.
I'm not gonna hide who he is.
Alright, yeah, so yeah, West obviously dresses himself. At the very beginning, for sure, he dressed himself because it was just a mishmash of animal furs and hides and just whatever was available for the land. So he would just constantly be wearing an animal pelt, which for him it makes sense because he has the Outlander background. So he naturally he survives off the land. So fur is the only thing that's gonna keep me warm. Also, shirts suck. Nobody likes shirts. Who wears shirts? And I'm just gonna wear just animal hide because this was a thing I grew up knowing because I was from a barbarian clan and this is how we wore clothes. So naturally, I'm going to dress in a way that reflects my origin. And a little bit of my class, because aren't all barbarians essentially... I mean, West is like the standard example of a tropey barbarian, because he's wearing the furs, he has the giant weapon, he's muscle-bound and never wearing a shirt or any clothes for that matter. But, I guess just kind of throughout the game, West started reflecting a bit more on people that were impactful in his life. So as you can later on, as you can see through a lot of transitions in his art, he kind of adopted wearing more normal clothes, less animal hides. Of course, he still kind of kept the furs as his signature, because what's a barbarian without his furs?
Exactly.
So he just kind of kept that design.
So would you say he's becoming a more civilized?
Yeah, I would definitely say he's becoming a lot more civilized. He's reading now. He's writing. He left a note on a corpse, guys. It was great. That was a
on
great
a corpse,
time.
Of course.
He had to let everyone know who did it, who done it. So, so he's still wearing his kind of like the armored vambraces, but now he kind of adopted a style of somebody who was a lot impactful on him, literally, in his life. And so he adopted a kind of like a trench coat kind of look. Kind of very, and Jesus was the first one to call me out on it when I remade his character mini for our next session. I was like, hey, we call him Season 2 West because we like to make fun of our game being played like an anime with seasons.
Of course.
So I call him Season 2 West, and he... it was literally like the starkest difference. He went from wearing nothing but furs and hides and no pants to actually wearing pants to wearing a leather duster very similar to that of the Tiefling Dis. So, like very, very similar. Sorry, Wes, I'm going to erase your feet so I have room. So it's just kind of in that way, he kind of models himself now more after people that are influential to him, whether it's good or bad, because at this moment he doesn't quite know the difference. Grr. I am great at drawing miniatures.
They're so cute, though.
Yeah, they're all right. Honestly, I never got a confirmation if he looks like he has a fake leg. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
He is a pirate. There we
Oh,
go.
I love him. See, I would have never guessed, just by looking at Dis that he was a barbarian.
No? I mean...
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's fair. No, actually, no, I had no idea what kind of class Dis was until we had the encounter with him on the docks, and, well, I had an inkling, but I wasn't 100% sure. I thought he was just playing more into a demonic thing story-wise. But then when we had the encounter on the docks where Dis kind of went into a blinding rage, and that blinding rage affected Wes to the point where he was also going to go into a rage, then I was like, oh my god, this guy's a barbarian. That's so cool. And he looked, I mean, visually he kind of, in a sense, I'll say the shirtlessness kind of goes with it, because this dude was not wearing a shirt. He was just wearing a standard leather trench coat. I hope he was wearing pants. Jesus never clarified on that. He just emphasized goat legs.
with how he's RP'd in other places, who knows?
Who knows? Pants are optional these days. But yeah, he was a barbarian, but background and story-wise, he was a pirate. So he reflected more his background as a pirate by wearing a captain's coat than anything else.
Yeah, because whenever I think of barbarians, I'm like, oh, that's like the nomad.
Yeah, the nomad, the mountain man.
Which also kind of clashes in with druids.
Yeah,
and how they're everything just kind of like blends together after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have the barbarians who are the nomads, which in a way it kind of especially for your design for druids with Adiposer with his furs and animal hides, he's very
and Rocco
the druid, they're all very like nomadic. They have they dress themselves in hides and they blend in almost with the and they wear like animal things like teeth and tusks and Mark Anthony.
Yep.
Yeah, Mark Anthony, the other druid. We have so many druids, guys. We love druids.
The only one who I think doesn't really fit to that trope of like wearing animal hides and stuff like that is Aurea.
Aurea definitely doesn't fit into the nomadic kind of druid style. She's very elegant. She's very I'm gonna say she's very refined, but that in a way it kind of like circles back into, are you dressing for your class or are you dressing based off your background? Is your background so detrimentally tied to your class that it visually affects your character? Or are you like just playing them as how they would dress themselves? Which it makes sense with Aurea. Aurea coming from the Selesnya Conclave, which is a very I don't have the right words to say it because I'm not as well versed in magic as I should be. Since a lot of our campaign is affected by Ravnica. But she's very she wears the flowy robes. She I'll draw an elephant mom. I'll say like the most druidic thing about her in her most recent design is the fact that she wears face paint. Mm-hmm. Kind of like a very tribal face paint. So since you're here, moderating our chat for us, what would you say inspired you to create Aurea and give her the design that she has? As I draw Aurea.
Oh God.
Would you say was there anything in reference that you liked visually? Was it like culture, style, art?
Probably culture and style.
Culture?
Yeah.
Okay. So Aurea, in knowing, because I had to take the notes for her to draw her character cards, I know for a fact your notes for reference were you liked mimicking the kind of the Asian Indian style.
Yes.
Like with the kind of like the Hindi style that you see in a lot of India. If I'm gonna be blunt and not use as many words.
Woof.
I am good R words, guys. Mm-hmm. But just following that stuff, because I know her first design, you wanted her to wear a sari. Mm-hmm. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly and not butchering it. If I'm butchering it, I'm so sorry. I only read words. So, you wanted her to be very very soft, very elegant, and
well, I would also trip that also because she came from Ravnica. She wasn't a druid of the world that we're in now currently.
Yeah, that is right. She wasn't a druid of the world. She was
just basically a part of the Selesnya Conclave.
Yeah,
so.
she was a druid of the Conclave, which was on an entirely different kind of culture, system, lifestyle as it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was immediately thrown into a completely new world. And so it's and I guess in a way also I've been reflecting that in style of how she's been dressing lately for her character. She's slowly kind of weaning off of the stark colors of her conclave, where it's the whites and the greens,
mm-hmm.
and she's kind of adopting more of an earthy look.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit more like Ariel. She's gone native, so mm-hmm. kind of like reflecting, I live on this world, therefore I am a part of this world. So her style had started to kind of blend from like the flowy Selesnya robes that are green and white, and just really pretty, feminine and soft. You started adopting kind of like a hardier look for her,
mm-hmm.
which was just kind of like a mix of like rusts, and there's a little bit of green still in it, but just kind of a little bit more simple and just more practical in style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I were just to have seen Aurea and not know, I would have guessed she was like a cleric.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, first time around, I would assume she's a cleric based off of she was like wearing like the headdress, and she was like all like soft robes and
yeah, that's
exquisite.
That's how those tropes go.
Yep, that's how them tropes go. What's the character?
That's how them tropes go.
Yeah. So, and because
don't mind.
And because I said I would, I'm gonna definitely shout out to my friend Tadpole on Discord, who brought up a really good point, saying that their DM, whenever they're creating a character, whether it be for RP purposes or for their game, they said the advice they gave them is you are not your class. So it's like building a character, but don't think of their class in mind on who they're going to be. Think of who they are as a person and how their class plays into that, I believe, is how they put it.
Yes. That's how I interpret it, at least.
Yeah, that's essentially how I interpreted it. It's you are not your class, so try not to like stick too hard to it. Have your character think for themselves and be individual of themselves.
Agreed.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
Grayson, we have a boy here.
I definitely did not model him after your traditional wizard.
No, there's no.
There's no wizard here. No, I played him.
In school? Did he have to wear the wizard hat in school?
He had to wear robes, but he didn't have to wear the wizard hat.
I bet he wore those heels right on. Like
he wore the most expensive robes, probably.
He wore them.
But I played him much more too. I still do. Like even his like personality, I play him more as the noble.
Yeah, so playing your character more as to their background more than so is their class.
Yeah,
it's more like
for
their
sure.
Class is just kind of a flavor to who they are instead of,
yeah, like he's like I play him less as a wizard and more of a scholar. Like he's rich. Way, he's a learned man.
Yeah, which in a way that does also play into the wizard, because wizards are of the scholarly type. They're always in a search for knowledge and always knowing more than everyone else based on those intelligence scores.
He has high intelligence, but
super
like
high intelligence.
I like him being the wizard who's, not the conventional type, which is like the nerd, I guess would be a good thing. He's a total nerd.
He's a complete nerd. Well, let me draw a wizard that is of the conventional type of wizard. Just really quick, just to get a kind of a feel for how they are. Just, all robes, bookish.
I 100% thought you were drawing Dorcas for a second.
Maybe. I 100% was.
Professor Socks, we're sorry.
No, I am not sorry for this, because Dorcas is a good, learned, scholarly wizard who visually does play into the trope, but I guess in a way, like, I like how, sometimes you do have to play into the tropes. I'm defending West 100% here.
Yeah. And I'm defending my druid, so I get that.
Yeah. So it's, you visually it's, yeah, I mean that's the whole discussion here on whether, it's do you play into it, or do you like let your character take you to where where they want to go? Because you realize in Dungeons and Dragons there comes a point where you are no longer playing that character, and that character is playing themselves, and it is frightening sometimes.
It's the best.
It's terrifying because West is super confrontational, and I am not confrontational in the least. And I'm finding myself in game yelling at people and getting angry, when in reality, if I have to yell at someone, I get scared immediately and want to run away and hide. I'm like the least confrontational person, and West is always challenging that. Like, I would rather just like lay down and die than tell someone anything. And yeah, Tabitha is off to the side nodding her head vigorously, so you know it's true. So there is a good wizard boy who's always wearing his blue robes, and he has his signature scarf that is a bright, bright red with stripes, and it's amazing.
I love him. Thanks.
He's so good. A good elven boy.
What kind of wizard is Socks?
I do not know. If Jason is listening right now, he will immediately tell me in chat at some point. So I don't want to assume what kind of I don't want to assume what class he is.
I know when it comes to the wizard trope, a lot of
Dorcas.
I guess a lot of the subclasses I see for it is conjuration wizards.
Well, I'm going to say it's the exact opposite for me.
Oh, really?
I don't see conjuration. I see a lot of evocation, because evocation is like damage. I want to just clear the board as fast as I can because my wizard is squishy and I don't want him to get hit because he will die.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson's conjuration.
Yeah, I know Grayson's conjuration, but I'm saying before Grayson, I saw more evocation, if anything.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yes.
I've seen, like, just recently when I actually did decide to look into lore wizard.
Oh, lore wizard! That is so cool.
Yeah, the lore master.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, Dorcas is a lore wizard. Yeah.
And
cool.
That's right. I totally forgot. How could I forget? He also has his familiar, which is a goldfish, and his name is Bubbles. He's always floating around in a little bubble of water.
But
yeah, those are
when
two.
When I decided to, for curiosity's sake, make a wizard, and I looked into different subclasses, that's how I ended up coming up with
versus
a blade singer.
Nerd fight.
Love it.
And
The
that's
nerd
how I
fight.
have Kyleplay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tabitha recently kind of built a new character who falls into the elven subclass blade singer, which is a very I'm gonna say, because I have an Eldritch Knight in play as an NPC. I'm gonna say blade singer is mechanically a lot more balanced.
They're a lot more balanced.
I feel blade singer is more balanced than Eldritch Knight.
So ridiculous later. By 6th level, they're ridiculous.
Yeah. Goodbye, Dorcas.
Like,
goodbye, Dorcas.
All of their, the higher their dex is when they activate their blade song, it goes into their AC. They get 2 attacks. So basically 2 spells.
Oh yeah. Let me draw another wizard, because it's like, I guess, getting into class, but then also subclass. So yeah, you're playing. Say you're playing a wizard, and naturally default state you think of wizard is you think Gandalf. So it's like robes, staff, pointy hat. But then it's like, I mean, that's just the standard base for people who, I don't want to say it like that. That's kind of exclusive.
That's common common trope.
Common trope.
Wizard.
Yeah, common trope wizard is Gandalf, or at least the guy that you see on the side of somebody's van from the 80s riding a Pegasus.
Yes.
For some glam rock band.
With the hat.
Oh, with the hat. The hat.
The hat.
Trademark.
Stephanie said, but divination.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
So, I didn't mean to sound aggressive when I said that, but I am getting to it. Yeah, so another wizard we have, who's also a nerd, but I love her, is Sonia, who is the divination wizard from the Hogwarts Prep. So, going along the lines of divination wizard, and with the notes that I was given for drawing her, she has a very kind of Romani kind of vibe to her. So, you look at her for a divination wizard, and my first thought is, this girl can read my cards. She's going to read my cards, and she's going to tell me everything that I'm doing wrong in my life. So she's like, she kind of has, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it, but, just kind of like that standard kind of traveling fortune teller look in a way. So she's got kind of like the loose flowy skirts. She's, the loose, oh my god, I'm about to choke.
Don't choke.
Sorry guys, my windpipe stopped working for a second. So she's got the, she's got kind of like the flowing skirt, so it, in a way, that also plays into the wizard trope of robes, if you think about it. It's just she decided to take the robes and cut half of them off. And just falling into that Romani vibe. Traveling fortune teller. She, I know in character she uses tarot cards in order to like divine the future and tap into her magics. But yeah, that's essentially what she looks like.
I like that because I wouldn't think of that as being wizard.
Yeah, and and that also, in a way, people don't. At least when wizards are thought of, you don't think of female wizards. You instinctively when you think wizard, you think man, which I guess that goes with some Latin offset word stuff that I do not know how to talk about, so I will not.
Fair.
Yeah, because it's like the male term being wizard, the female term being witch, then just, language and words and stuff. But then things are different nowadays. With the whole binaries and genders and stuff I know absolutely nothing about. Not a hecking thing. But yeah, just class in itself wizard, but yeah, you don't, that's my point I'm trying to make, but I'm not good at saying it. You don't see a lot of female wizards a lot. I think my only other encounter with that would be I guess the witch Lilith, who I don't know if that's actually her class, because I know Ash plays her in Pathfinder, so I don't know anything about Pathfinder at all. So I don't know if witch is actually a class separate from wizard, but in D&D terms, she would be known as a wizard because her spells are almost similar in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, female wizards. Where are they at?
We need more of them.
We need more female wizards.
But I like seeing wizards that play more into their backgrounds instead of their class. I like all characters that do that, to be honest.
Yeah, it in a way, it just, I guess we could say it makes them more organic as a character.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're thinking more of who they are as a person than who they are on their stat sheet. Oh, Anahi, exactly. I forget, Anahi's a wizard. She's a good wizard, too. She's a snake. You know what I mean?
Snake.
And I mean that literally, she is a snake.
Goodbye, Grayson.
Goodbye. Oh, he's leaving. Goodbye. Goodbye.
He's leaving. I have to get rid of his color first, and then I'll get rid of his lines. Goodbye. Did you know Grayson was actually, like, in his original campaign, he, his looks are based off of, well, not his looks, but his outfit is actually based off of, kind of like a Arabian kind of style.
Oh yeah, I think
Because
I remember
that's
you telling me about that. Yeah.
that's like where he grew up. It was like in this very Arabian kind of style looking city. So that's why he has like the high collar and the purples.
Oh, yeah, I really liked that. That was like probably one of my favorite fun facts that he kind of came from like an Arabian sort of setting.
He's not my Aladdin.
No, never say that, please. Please don't ever say that.
No, of course not. Okay, Vic, I need to commission you making Grayson in Jasmine clothes.
Oh. Jump ahead of the red line. She's literally a snake.
We don't have enough canvas to put her body in it.
She's everywhere. Just know she's everywhere. There's 30 feet of her. Snake. Yeah, she's a Naga race, so she's a snake lady. And she's a wizard, and she likes all the shiny things. And I love her very much. Oh yeah, and I guess in a way we could talk about the Null, because Null's a monk class, but he doesn't dress like he would for a monk class. He's very just very standardly dressed, like just trousers and pants, like trousers and pants, trousers and shirt.
Just pants.
Clothes. Just pants. Only pants.
There is only pants.
Allegedly,
there's pants.
He's a dork.
Yes, he is a dork. That's his subclass. Class monk, subclass dork. Who are we drawing now?
He's precious.
He's precious.
Who are we drawing there, bro?
Who am I drawing?
Yeah.
Totally not a certain someone.
No?
No,
That's
who kind of who kind of falls into a tropey stereotype. You'll know who it is right now.
Oh, yep, there it is. I see the DQ hair swirl.
Leave his hair alone, okay?
Who wore it best?
Oh no.
Who wore
I was like, who is it? I was like, oh no.
Who wore it best? So Rangers, let's talk about that.
Rangers.
Hannah, that ass bite.
He's not that bad, guys. Kinda.
I wasn't that well exposed to him as a character.
He's not that bad.
He's alright.
Well, he just had to open his mouth and Mark Anthony's like, oh, this scrote.
Absolutely
Language.
a scrote.
I will not have such potty mouths on my stream.
I mainly said it because I know Lynn thinks the nickname's great.
I love the nickname. It fits him perfect.
God.
But he can shoot an arrow. Dag nabbit.
He can shoot an arrow, and that is what Rangers do best. Which, in a way, Rangers also fall under that Outlander Mountain Man trope as well, as along with Druids.
I actually am playing him not as like an Outlander though.
Oh no?
Like he doesn't like Druids. Like he like his can't imagine why. They don't like him.
Yeah, that's a fair statement to make.
Yeah. No, but I'm playing him more as like the soldier.
That's fair. Hey, you want to know my exposure, my first exposure to Rangers? Because originally, before I officially started playing Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, my first character was a fighter class because that was like the easiest thing for me to understand in the moment. Because they're like, hey, you want to play Dungeons and Dragons? Make a character right now. We're playing in 5 minutes. Oh god. So I just grabbed the easiest class I could make. So Ranger, fighter was my first class, but originally the one class I've always kind of secretly wanted to play is a ranger. and my first exposure to wanting to be a ranger was Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, a ranger. Yes. Good old
The ranger.
Strider.
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 Don't make him sad.
Oh, hold on.
Meh. Oh god, that's worse. That's worse.
Wait, hold on. Let me fix his eyebrows, and then I'll make him more obnoxious. Hey. My dog's being an a-hole right now, so hold on one
Whiskey.
second.
Knock it off, bud.
He is. Oh. Hold on.
Good old Mark Anthony action here. I'll just wait for Lynn. That's the best fox I've ever drawn in my life. Just kidding. The best fox that I've ever drawn in my life is this one down here.
Funny you mentioned the Power Ranger NPCs because this guy's Ranger group, there are 5 of them.
Nice.
I haven't gotten to draw them yet, but I'm excited to.
Speaking of characters that fall outside of their trope for class, I drew a boy down there. A good old boy.
This guy?
Yeah, that guy. Because he plays a druid in my campaign. In the Sacred World game, I believe he was classed as like an multi-classed artificer. So he was like making stuff for our characters and being super cool. But in Jesus Picked Him Up for Horde of the Dragon Queen, he made him a druid. And Fox's background being that of a pirate, it's just kind of like, in a way, I guess a little unconventional for a druid, because druids, you think they are of the land, so you don't think of, you immediately think of like mountains, you think forests, jungles, but you kind of like, I guess, forget the other key part of nature that is everywhere.
I mean, I think that falls
That'd
with the
be
whole
the
thing
sea.
of like, when it comes to druids.
Yeah.
The subclasses were normally sun and moon.
Yeah. Well,
and now you have all these other different subclasses.
well, the one thing I love about Fox being a pirate and a druid is because a pirate's first love is always the sea.
Oh. The sea.
The sea. So his first, pirates and their natural love for the freedom of the sea, the chaotic, tempests that it creates, the depths that have never been explored by no man or creature, So it's just, I feel like that definitely fits for Fox, being a druid and just loving the sea and everything that it brings.
There was this one character I saw. It was on like a Reddit post or something because I was looking up just like interesting character ideas to talk about.
Yeah.
And I saw this one that was a druid, but they were using like their magic with nature to combat nature, not to work with it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so like I guess like the campaign was about how nature was taking over a town, and they had a squad of druids that knew how to work with nature to push it back.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, so using how druids are usually like working for nature and always like making it, grow and do all this stuff. They're using druids and their knowledge of nature to bring forth progress for civilization more than nature. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it was super cool. I'm like, yeah, it's not something I've ever heard of, and I thought that was like very creative.
Who are you drawing there?
No one.
No one?
No one.
Is that a Grayson?
Huh?
Is that Grayson?
No.
Oh, wow.
I know. Shocking, right?
Oh, wow.
This'll give it away here in a second.
Oh, there he is! That green-eyed magpie. Oh, man. Okay. What else was on
I know.
my
Getting bothered already.
Getting by. Zephyr is 100% outside of the druid trope because visually he's outside the druid trope because he doesn't wear like dress like a druid. He dresses like a farm boy, which that also keys into his background of being a farm boy. And also, I guess so playing with background and character design. I guess wanting to play into the fact because when we initially created them, we just wanted big blue tieflings. But then I was like, but why are they big and why are they blue? And so I came up with this whole backstory of initially their grandfather on their father's side was actually a furbolg. And he was a furbolg druid who taught Zephyr everything that he knows about, nature and the land. And so Zephyr became a druid through that. And then on their mother's side, to add to the blueness, I decided that on their side of the family, I thought of this first, not Critical Role, I thought of this first, is on the mother's side, water ganassi being mixed in there, and that's why the blue and the frost happened. So I thought of that first, it's just Critical Role got to it first with putting it live, so that was in my head, but way before then. So I'm not copying anyone, just so you know. Which, it's fine, because people have, I'm just going to say...
Look at him skills.
I know, look at that. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute.
No, I'm just commenting from the chat.
Yeah, he's so cute. Yeah, so, hello! It's our Lord and Savior, the Jesus. He is here. Yeah, so, I just wanted to play into Zephyr's, I guess, his look a bit. And so, farm boy, he's big, so therefore, on his family side, there's obviously a furbolg somewhere, which is why, eventually, when I play him in a campaign, the first thing I'm going to ask the DM is, how physically large will you allow a medium-sized creature to be? Before I tell him what the height is. Because I know there's a limit.
He big.
He big.
He big boy.
He's the biggest boy and softest boy, and I love him. What else is on our agenda? Because I think we're coming into the last 30 minutes. Did we want to do the character suggestion from Discord, or do you want me to teach you how to draw? Or do you want me to teach you how to draw a chibi?
Ask the chat.
Chat,
what do you want to know?
Do you want me to teach Lynn how to draw cute chibis? Because that's a thing Lynn has proclaimed that is a struggle. And apparently I'm never good at it.
I drew...
That's just what people say.
I drew a chibi Alistair once.
Yeah, let's draw a chibi Alistair.
It drawn him once. And it did not turn out well. It was a bad time.
Oh, well, anyway, I will draw a chibi Alistair.
Do it. I want to see.
Okay, so
you know what? Draw. Yeah, dude. I want to see.
Okay. Yeah. So when I draw chibis, I just try to think of like a compressed version of the character, and just round it out. So we're gonna do a topic about body differences. Oh, that's right.
I think we hit a little bit on that last time.
We did too. You can reiterate if while I draw this Alistair about I guess body differences and seeing I guess that also plays in. Would that also play into class body size? Because I have I think the only example I could think of was I have West. There he is. Who is the best West I've ever drawn in my life. Who is a really big hecking boy and a barbarian.
I'm gonna follow suit with you over here. Wait, hold on. You didn't give me enough room. He's too big, heckin' boy.
He's too big. Yeah, so you have West, who is a big old barbarian boy, and yes, yes.
He's dreaming.
Wait.
I need to announce right now. My dog is dreaming, guys. He's making the little woofs and he's twitching his paws.
That's adorable.
That is an important. Oh my goodness, he's making noise.
Is he doing the?
Yeah, you might.
That's what my dog.
The microphone might pick it up.
That's what my dog does, and it's the cutest thing ever. And I have to kind of wake him up so he doesn't freak out.
Aw, poor thing. Okay, so West.
How tall is West?
West is 6'5".
Oh Jesus! And Allie is 6'3".
Oh goodness, you can probably hear that.
Oh my God, he's boofing.
He's doing the boof thing. All right, so yeah, so West is my barbarian. He's a big old heckin' boy who's all strong and muscles. But would you say that naturally a barbarian has to be big and muscly to be a barbarian? Hey, look, it's Grayson.
How'd you know? Yep, there he is.
So would you say that a barbarian has to be big and muscly in order to be a barbarian?
No.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree on that.
Because I know exactly who you're talking about.
Do you?
There's a character that someone plays that's a barbarian that's super tiny, isn't there? Am I having an aneurysm? I might.
You might be having an aneurysm.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I was gonna.
But no.
I was gonna play into. In what?
I was gonna say,
She's a tiny barbarian because she's a child.
But she's still a barbarian.
She is, but she grows up into a big girl. No, I was going to use as example.
Angie.
Angie. You forgot the eyebrows.
I gave no eyebrows allowed.
Okay, so I was gonna do a callback to a home campaign I played where a person wanted to be a barbarian. They were also a rogue, but we're not going to discuss that part.
Just sweep that under the rug.
We're going to sweep that. He wanted a multi-class barbarian rogue, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I was DM. Do whatever you want. As long as you're having fun, I don't care. Just don't break my game. So he was playing I believe a wood elf. So, and naturally wood elves are very, tall, lanky. So he was like very, very kind of thin. Very thin, very tall. Just doing like a general sketch here. And so he kind of played more into, I think he had like a vest or something like that. And just fun fact about his name, because it was like my favorite character name ever. Hold on. Meh. There we go. That's an elf. He kind of like had like that wolf tail going on too. Okay. So he was like a very thin, lanky wood elf, and he had dual short swords. So he played more into just doing damage viciously. So he subclassed as a Ravager, and just was all about doing like 500 attacks in one turn. Because we hit that level, and it's just like, oh, I get 3 attacks. I'm gonna do my Ravager feat, so I'm gonna do like 1,000,000 attacks at once. And so he was a barbarian, but he looked nothing like a barbarian. He was like just like a very skinny elf who liked to like really mess people up. Like he was just all about fighting and getting that sweet blood spilt. And his name was, wait for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Which I think
it's safe to. Yeah. I think it's safe to say it like. Your class is in your heart. It's not in your looks.
Exactly. Yeah, your class is in your heart. Put that on a shirt. And I have and I'll also like bring up Zephyr because I love to bring up Zephyr because there needs to be more plus size characters in any game or any platform. There just needs to be that representation because that's important. Representation is always important. Also, he's cute. He's just that druid. Because when you think druid, I'm just gonna throw it on blast and just say when I think druid, first thing that my mind immediately does is, Addie posts there, Green Man.
Hey, excuse me.
Well, I mean, it's it fits with it because Green Man, he's very wild looking. He looks like he lives in the wild. Oh, there's a good boy. That's a bard.
It's my bard. Continue.
Yeah, that's your bard. Which I love that look for a bard. I haven't really seen much of it. I mean, I feel like rockabilly is a good look for a bard. Yeah, rockabilly is a very good. What's his what's his subclass? Do you have that?
His what?
His subclass as a bard? What's his college?
Hold on. I don't know if I have it. Let me see.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say that if I make a bard, I have two versions of a bard I want to make. I want to make a bard that is nothing about music and it's just all about verbally
he's a bard.
eviscerating.
He's a bard of valor.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have two versions of bards I want to make. I want to make a bard that is nothing about music and it's just about verbal evisceration. Like if you go to like Renaissance Festival, there's always that guy who you literally pay to insult you, and I want to make a character based off of that.
Like he's just all vicious mockery.
Just entirely vicious mockery. That's just the one thing I'm going to keep spamming. And my other bard, I have no concept for her yet, but I would want her to be College of the Opera because I think that's fun and I love opera because I'm a nerd.
I do too. It's cool.
I love the classics. I am 500 years old, guys. Yeah, so definitely, yeah. So going back on druids, when you think druid, I would think more adipose there because he's very wild, very Nordic looking, which I really like that aesthetic in general.
So Addie.
Yeah, so Addie. I just said that. Yes.
He's my boy. I love him dearly.
There you go.
Look at his chin hair. His chin yeah.
There he is. Yeah, so I just think very, very wild looking. And Zephyr is the opposite of that. He is very homey. He's very, he's very big. He's very seen. Ori also falls into that trope of being, a bigger druid who's, not of a typical body type that you would see of an adventurer. Which people would argue Loxodon, but I'm going to say I've seen some skinny Loxodons. So respect to Aurea as a character.
I think like the argue that I've heard of characters not being of bigger size is because if they're adventuring, they would be like working out and like, they would have a body type of someone who travels a whole bunch. Maybe. I don't know. I've heard that argument before.
Yeah, that is an argument to have. But like, that's that also I would also keep to the argument of does weight, physical fitness and weight are, because you're a heavier size, you can still be physically fit. Like,
of course.
The thing. Yeah.
I love what is it like the strongman bodies?
Oh god,
those are my favorite.
If we're gonna get a little thirsty for a minute, yes.
Ooh, can you draw a disc for me?
I'll draw this. Just a quick, yeah. Because that's apparently my brand of drawing. Because
like
this is his horns. It's just I have to know where they are at all times.
Or else you'll lose them.
I'll just lose them. Yeah, so
but whenever I do anatomy studies and stuff, I always see the one post where it's like, this is like,
yeah, I said yes, please.
This is like a body type of like a guy who only lifts weights, but this is someone who can actually lift like a car.
I actually follow that person on Twitter who made that.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I follow that person on Twitter who made the who made that initial image, and I think she's a really cool person. She works for Cartoon Network. I forget her Kelly Turnbull. That's her name. She's really cool. I love her comics. The Manly Guys Doing Manly Things, and she does a bunch of other cool stuff. So just shout out to Kelly because Kelly's a cool person, and I love her visual style as a person, looking like she came directly out of the apocalypse.
I love her.
Literally, I know I love her so much. She's like just amazing. So anytime she like has like something to say about like comics or visual, I'm like, yes, I'm listening. There's a boy.
I love him.
I love his goat eyes. That's like one of my favorite things about him. The hard part about drawing this is I either draw his horns or I draw his ears. There's no in between. Like I'm either gonna draw horns or I'm gonna draw ears. And I believe at one point Jesus told me a reason Dis is the way he was because he took the anger from his past, and because we were discussing the difference between my tiefling Stranger and his tiefling Dis, and we were kind of like discussing what makes them so different when they have very similar backgrounds. Because Dis comes from, spoiler alert, he is of noble background, and he's a barbarian of a noble background, so that probably also plays into why he doesn't look like the typical nomadic barbarian. But it's just his rage came from somewhere else instead of from like being in the wild, and this is like very badly. This is very badly planned out visually. I did not do any. I just freehanded this. Okay, Grayson.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a cute chibi. Yeah, so he just kind of so he essentially took the anger, like that suppressed anger that I guess comes with that lifestyle, which, you know, in a way Grayson could relate to that. Coming from a very stuffy household where they want you to be a certain way, and also that being especially even harder for Dis, because Dis being raised in a family where he himself is an outsider because being adopted and all that. So just kind of playing into that inner rage and using that to channel his barbarianness, and just he learned to he fell more into fighting as his answer. And then you have Stranger, who's also a tiefling who was raised in a noble family. Instead of being adopted, though, he was actually blood related to the family, but because he, you know, as tiefling origins go, tieflings kind of tend to pop up when you least expect them, because infernal blood is contagious. Because someone in the family had to bang a demon, and that lasts for generations, as it goes. And so he was of blood relations, but the family rejected him immediately because it's like, oh, you're a cursed child. And so he left that life, and instead of, like how Dis adopted fighting, he adopted another method out, and that is, I'm going to use my skills as a noble and make a bargain with another being, and that's how he became a warlock. Was he used his charisma, whereas Dis used more strength and rage. So two different backgrounds, but they separated out into two different classes.
And then there's Cole.
And we're not going to talk about Cole. Don't stop bringing Cole into this.
I'm just sorry.
We'll talk about Cole next. We'll talk about Cole next episode.
You know, we should have a whole tiefling episode next time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I have so much to say about tieflings. Because to be honest,
it's like my brand at this point. As pretentious as that is to say of me, but I have like a million tiefling characters.
I went into D&D despising tiefling.
I know a lot of people were that way because you know tieflings.
Like the way, like I actually read up on like their actual thing in the player handbook not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I was just so annoyed by how they're portrayed.
Yeah, you're either,
it
you
is,
gotta be cursed,
it's so tropey and stupid.
Yeah, you're basically
and I hated it.
I mean, I know this comes in a lot of campaigns. That play by the handbook is treating tieflings as the other, as the whole, cursed individual. We have to shun you because you are of evil origin. And I'm liking that there's a lot more storylines where they just kind of like look at that note and they go, nah, that's not a thing. Like, I prefer to have it that way in my games, because this, I mean, I guess it also kind of plays into how handling, I guess in a way, the world around us. I understand it. I know that there are, and I myself, I do face these for different reasons. These kinds of problems, I will say, where you're treated very differently because of who you are and for reasons that you cannot help. So people look at you and treat you differently. So I just want to try to like mute that off to the side in my games so that people can feel more like they don't have to deal with this while they're projecting into a pretend game where they want to have fun. Because, who wants to deal with that when you're trying to have fun?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because it's like one bad encounter can just like ruin your whole day, and you're like, man, fuck this. Yeah, so I like to, yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it more next episode, but I for sure like to play tieflings and treat tieflings a lot differently than how they're handled in the book.
And I think it's funny though, because I saw a thing on Twitter the other day where it was like, oh, you know, tieflings, in the handbook it says they're supposed to be like this, but everyone plays them as like the, you know,
yeah, tieflings are either supposed to be normal skin color to red, and I have a blue tiefling, and I will 100% credit that to, well, from my experience, from how I've been witnessing things. I could be totally wrong, and there's like an entire other factoid about this, but just the fact that I've noticed, I guess it's just something I noticed, is when season 2 of Critical Role started, and Laura came in with a blue tiefling, and Taliesin came in with a purple tiefling, then I started seeing more different colored tieflings, and I thought that was a lot of fun. Because it's like, oh, you can only choose between normal skin tone to red. Because you're a demon. And then Laura's like, I want a blue tiefling. And Talison's like, well, I'm going to be purple and amazing and fabulous. And I'm like, yes. And I think Molly Mock was the character where I was just like, yes, tieflings can be like this. Yes, I love this. Thank you. Because I had Stranger was only a concept at the time, and then Molly Mock came in, and Molly Mock helped me build Stranger as a character, and it just helped me so much because I identified so well with that character. I'm still sad about things, but you know, we move on.
Yeah, I think a problem with a lot of people making characters that are unconventional, whether it be body type or skin color of race or how they're portrayed as their class, is honestly it's the old guard who think that, you know, there's only one way to do this.
Yeah, it's like
when it's clearly not.
Yeah, it's kind of that mentality, and it kind of falls a lot. You kind of see it a bit in when people try to gatekeep D&D, which, PSA guys, please don't gatekeep D&D. It's for everyone, and everyone can play it. Like, it's a game literally for everyone. So, please don't gatekeep. It's not fun. We all just want to.
I need to find the little part in the actual Dungeon Master's Guide where it's like, but this is your game. Do it however you want, and then just screenshot it.
Yeah, there's like
I'll screenshot it, and then I'll just like, hey.
Remember,
here,
guys,
and I'll post it.
This is a game for everyone. And, you know, the rules are there as guidelines. The rules are there, hey, callback, as fundamentals.
Yeah.
The rules are the fundamentals, and as long as you have a basic understanding of where things are going, you don't need to use them all the time. Like, they're good to have, but, like, who am I drawing?
I don't know who I was drawing either. So it's
and then all of a sudden it went somewhere else.
It looks like Asmodeus.
Yes.
There it is.
No. Yeah, so there's a stranger. Yeah. Sad, drunk warlock man.
Sad, drunk warlock.
That's my warlock. He's sad and drunk and a little bit crazy because his brain got fried for reasons. Yeah, so let me teach you how to draw a chibi before we get into the
please do.
Into the Discord character drawing. Okay, so let's start with Alistair. We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Make little Alistair.
You're gonna draw right next to me.
Okay, great.
Because this is a tutorial. Okay, so when I'm making the chibi, the first thing I want to think of is I'm gonna take all of the character's features and I'm gonna squish them down and I'm gonna round them out. And like, I guess my basis to go off of is a cherub because they're like tiny squishy angels.
Okay.
So, taking Alistair as a character, first thing I'm gonna do is I want to like make the cheeks like super like cute and round. I kind of like go for a heart. Can I help you?
Speaking of warlocks.
Oh, you just now, because Tabitha's like 30 seconds behind us watching the chat. She just now saw me draw Asmodeus horns.
No, I was talking about, with what Jeremiah put in chat.
Oh, pineapple. That, I'm going to say, is a masterclass character design. Jeremiah, for our Legend of Zelda one-shot, wanted to play a warlock, but he wanted to play a arch-fey warlock. So
which nobody does, which is amazing.
Well, I mean, I'll try it one day.
I never see Archfey Warlock.
I will try it one day. You're just like Druid, but with a sugar daddy. Anyway,
pretty much.
I'm not wrong. I'm not right either, but I'm not wrong. so he played an archfey warlock who, which, you know, what's a character that can play into an archfey? Well, we're gonna pick a fairy. So he was a 2-inch tall fairy, that fairy warlock who was of the archfey subclass, and her name was Pineapple Purple Swamp, and she was exactly the kind of person you would expect to meet behind a Denny's at 3 a.m. Sitting in
the smoker's voice. Hey,
she's like, "How you doing, darling?" Yes,
I loved her.
Yes. Oh god, and it's our joke was she would be behind the Denny's, but she would be like sitting in the ashtray where they keep all the cigarette butts, trying to huff as much of the cigarette that's left on it. And, like, if you've ever seen Disenchantment, her go-to aesthetic is that of the hooker fairies. So there's your visual cue for that.
Oh lord.
Okay, yeah. So you got it. So you got a little head. You got like the little circle noggin, and then for the cheeks and the jawline, I just kind of like try to go for a basic heart shape in there. So you keep like that fullness, and from there, I'll just keep my guide just to be sure. This is where it gets kind of difficult. I'm just doing a tiny little neck just to have something. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
And then you're just gonna take the eyes, and then you're just gonna magnify the fuck out of them. So I just try to go. I don't want to try to take up the whole head because that's uncanny.
Powerpuff Girl style.
I try to like keep the eyes within this range. Like this, like
well,
this
you're
range.
okay. Okay, hold on. Let me try something real fast.
Okay.
So harking back to fundamentals,
Yeah.
everyone. So when you're drawing realism,
yeah,
your proportions will always stay the same. So this is your eye line right here.
Yeah.
And your nose line will be around the area of your jaw.
Yeah.
And then you got your mouth line, which is a little bit done
and
that.
And then the tip of your
but
ear is always at the corner of your eye.
Yep. Your ears always start at the eye line, and they always end at where your nose is.
Yep.
So you keep the same proportions in Chibi.
I do kind of keep the same proportions, but I kind of exaggerate them so that
right.
it makes a little more
sense. But your ears are still going to be around the same area as your eye line.
More or less like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's fundamentals, y'all.
The way I treat it is like drawing a childlike version. So it's kind of like you have the fundamentals there, and because children are basically growing, so children's eyes are always going to be bigger because they're still kind of growing into their skull. So that's kind of how I treat drawing chibis, as they're a child, and so their eyes are always going to be like awkwardly bigger than anything else because of so. Yeah, so I just kind of keep the, damn it. No. Eraser and draw pile is so much fun. So I just kind of keep the eyes kind of within that area. And I just kind of make them a little bigger than they normally would be. But still within reason. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
And then nose, I just kind of do like a little, either like a little button, like that, because it's cute. Like, I either go like that or I go like that. It's just whatever my preference is at the moment. I'll just do like that because we're drawing Alistair, so it's like a little.
He's got more of a. He's got a little pointy nose.
Yeah, a little pointy nose. Sick. And so I draw them big old eyes. So kind of keeping. Whoop. Oh my goodness, yes.
This is horrifying.
And sometimes for the mouth,
Wait, hold on. I got this.
yeah, I either go like that, like I'll do a little cat face, or one of my favorite tropes, and I 100% took this from Steven Universe. I like to draw little heart mouths.
Aww.
I think that's super cute. So Alistair have a little heart mouth, and then his teeth are right there, or I just don't do teeth, or I just do the tongue, like the Alistair style. There's his ears, keeping within, starting at the eyes, ending at the nose. Those are the cutest little ears.
Freckles.
Yeah, don't forget his freckles.
Ooh.
And then just drawing his hair as we normally would.
Do you just draw his hair as normal?
Yeah, I don't try to exaggerate too much, like I just did right there. Yeah, I don't try to exaggerate too much. I just kind of, you're just drawing like a miniature version of your character.
This looks horrifying.
You got the concept.
Yay.
So there he is. And then
Oh
for
my
Cheetor, I just
God.
do little balls for his braid. And then here's his little paladin armor. And then like for the body is like a whole different story. Like for the body, you want to go cherub style, so you're just kind of having like a little pear shape. There's his little band braces.
Oh my God, this is so bad looking.
Hey, you can keep practicing. If it'll help you to like trace over mine to get the feeling for it, go for it.
Yay. What about like I just do this? Can I just do the circle arms?
Yeah, do the circle arms. That's what I'm doing.
Hey guys. Oh.
And there we go. Perfect.
The dear sweet child.
No.
Wait.
I got this.
I was just about to write that. How dare you?
Same
Crab
brain
rangoon.
cell.
Oh my God, I was literally about to write Mother.
Crab rangoon.
I desired the crane, but Mother the rangoon.
Mother. Rangoon. Mother.
Damn it.
Yeah, so there is your chibi little Alistair.
Oh, he looks like a sick child.
Oh no.
He is knocking on death's doorstep.
I forgot.
Oh yes, his big old eyebrows.
His big chunky eyebrows.
Chonk. Okay, you ready to design some characters from our Alistair Discord?
Hell yeah. Alright, so let me get my...
You got the list?
Yes.
I have a feeling that was a half-hearted yes.
Yes. One moment. Stall them. Draw something.
Oh God. Hey, speaking of bards, there's a super cool bard that is unconventional. I'm gonna write his name.
Write it down, bro.
This fella right here is an unconventional bard, and I love him with all my heart and soul. His name's Thayfrin.
Thayfrin! I love the professor.
Thayfrin, you would assume would be a wizard or something of that kind, but he's actually a scholar bard, and he does all of his bard skills by talking and like giving lectures, and I think that is super cool. It's not something you'd expect of a bard, because all bards, again, fall into the trope of they're musically inclined and they're usually, promiscuous.
Yeah.
Always. But I like the idea of like a sculptor bard or a painter bard or a poetry bard.
Yeah, bards that kind of fall more into like other arts other than just music, because there's like more
Exactly.
than one way to express yourself.
Yeah. And I think that's super cool. Or like I see a couple dancer bards, which is cool, but
Yeah.
I think it needs to be I want to see it like go even further.
I want someone to inspire me with interpretive dance, please.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I am uninspired. Don't ever do that again, Tabitha, please. She just did the weirdest dance move. It was...
I just waved my freaking arm. That's all I did.
Sure. We'll call it that.
I like it. I approve. Interpretive dance bard.
Interpretive dance bard. Just like sitting there like... Or, oh, here's an idea. Here's a challenge for a bard. Make him a mime.
God.
How would you, as a class where charisma is your highest stat, it has to be your highest stat, how do you go about with a character that cannot talk for the arts?
Performance.
Yes.
Would be boosted.
Like those little
inflatable
things.
Have them wave their arms like the inflatable arm waving guy.
Oh my God. In our old campaign, the Grayson's OG campaign, the villain was a bard, but he was a military commander.
Okay.
And his charisma helped him command people, basically, like give orders and stuff. Like that was his shtick.
Okay.
Gentil was also a bard.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, he was College of Swords.
That actually makes sense as a pirate.
Yep, he was College of Swords, and Hi, don't miss him.
Yeah,
You know, Grayson was supposed to be a bard.
He's living the life of a bard right now, having children come up to him saying, "I think you're my dad."
Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Oh no.
All right.
Oh
so
no.
I'm gonna go ahead and I would roll some dice if I had some in front of me, but I'm just gonna use the Twitch. Not the Twitch. I'm gonna use the Discord dice bot. So let me go ahead.
Are we both gonna draw the same one, or are you gonna random roll for each of us?
Well, if you, yeah, let's do two. Let's do two. That'd be fun. Because that was gonna be like
Okay.
we take one and we try to draw our own interpretations of it, like what we did with the Warforged last time. But like, yeah, we can do two. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d8 because we have 7 entries. Oh wow, I rolled a 1. So we're doing the female. First one is female null warlock.
What was it?
A null warlock, female.
A null.
Ironically, this was Jesus's submission, so I think I wrote it first because that was like the first thing that came up on the chat, and I was like, okay.
You said female?
Yeah, female null. Okay. Nothing at all like the null priestess we encountered in the woods that one time. Okay. So, there's that one. And let me roll the second one. D8.
Hyenas are scary.
They are. 3. 3 is the half-orc life cleric.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Hey, circling back on clerics. Okay, so which one you want?
I don't care. Whichever one.
You don't care? So, knowing your, I'm gonna say knowing your, I guess I'll say hesitation on drawing non-humanoid races.
Are you calling me out right now?
I mean, I'm taking your comfort level into consideration, but if you want a challenge, go for the null.
You know what? I'm gonna do the null.
Okay. Spite me, bro. Spite me.
I'm gonna do the null because I need to learn how to do more anthro kind of.
Yeah, give it a shot. I believe in you, bro. You can do it.
Thank you. Thanks.
It's gonna be amazing. Let me double check what the it's a great old one warlock also.
It's a what?
Great old one. That's the subclass.
Good lord. Okay. You know what? You're just getting a null.
Give her character. What's her background? Null.
Null. Okay, I need a reference.
Okay, go for it. Alright, so half-orc life cleric. So does that mean I get to decide who you know what, I'm gonna ask chat if chat is up to it. For a half-orc life cleric, which god should I base this off of? Like what's their divine daddy?
Their divine daddy?
Yeah, what's their divine daddy?
For the cleric?
Hey, what's up, Hannah? Give me a divine daddy for life domain. As I'm gonna start.
I'm just gonna start sketching this boy out. I'm sorry if I take up a whole bunch of the canvas.
Ooh. Okay, this is... Alright, so I'm going straight first concept here. Should I do male, female, or neither? Because I immediately draw an Adam's apple. Didn't even wait.
You didn't even think about it. It just happened.
Roll for it. Okay. I'll do... Let's do a 50-50. No, I'll do even, odd. I'll do that. Okay, it will be a female half-orc. Ooh. Is she one of War Mother's children, I wonder? So naturally, because she's a hork, I'm gonna make her a little beefy. Because yes. I said yes. My thought is, how much of cleric trope do I want to take into this? No. That's a good looking null you got there.
Thank you.
That is pretty good.
I'm gonna make her a little.
I'm gonna give her a braid.
Aww.
An Alistair braid.
How cute! I like her.
I don't like that second one.
All right, so Pan, so nature, obviously life domain. So I'm gonna give her a laurel. Kind of like a little of the earth, kind of. So now, because I gave her a laurel, and because Pan, I'm thinking Greek mythology, so she's gonna have very kind of Greco-Romanesque style to her.
I don't mean to be taking up the entire canvas. Sorry.
No, you're totally. I can expand this.
Expand this.
Expand this.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you doing whole body or are you doing bust?
I think I was gonna go for bust, or like at least to the hips.
Okay.
Let me move my girl over. Oh my god. I totally know how that works. No. Yes. There we go. We put her over here. Okay. Alright, so let me look at... As we hear the clackety-clack on my keyboard.
Words are hard.
I can words-ish. I like... if we're going to talk about historical armor...
Oh, Lord.
Why in the heck... Like, I'm looking at Greek armor right now, so I'm like, I guess I'm seeing that armor where it just replicates a a man's bare chest. Like to the nipples.
I want to say it's like...
I guess just to, in a way, my interpretation being you want to give the illusion of strength.
Intimidation.
Yeah, I was gonna, intimidation was my thought.
I mean, for the longest time, the Romans and the Greeks and all of them cool people, they would just fight straight up naked.
This is true.
So
I'm not using movie reference. No, thank you.
But they like the Romans and the Greeks were also kind of like the artsy type too.
Yeah.
So take that how you will.
They just wanted to see a rockin' bod.
I mean, I'd like to see a rockin' bod before I died.
Yeah, exactly. True. Very true. It's one of those things where it's just like, dude, you see that guy across the enemy line? You see the pecs on that dude? Holy shit. Let him straight up slay me, daddy.
Slay me, daddy. Yeah.
That's the guy I want to kill me. That I want to kill me. BRB, bro. See you in Elysium.
Good God.
Ooh, I like that style with the that kind of that leather look with the Okay, I like that. I like that style. I'm gonna go with that. So we're gonna do, because boob armor is not real.
It is not.
We don't do that in this house.
No, I hate that. I hate it so much.
It's so. You want to talk about the ramifications of boob armor?
It's stupid and doesn't work.
Yeah. So it basically, from how I read it, it basically gives you this big ol' hit me right here in my rib cage so you can shatter every bone and puncture my lungs.
Essentially, yeah, because the purpose of a lot of armor is to deflect a blow. So if a sword comes and tries to stab you in the chest, it's usually rounded or like curved to where it will like it's hard to explain. Like on Alistair's armor, it's actually kind of pointed in the front, like it sticks out. And that's because if like a javelin or a spear comes to stab him, it'll be deflected and go off to his arm.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense? So like if you stab it, it'll like slide off.
If you stab, it slides.
Basically, it's protecting his organs.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Okay,
yes.
I realize my back's
that's
at an angle.
That's the basis of a lot of like jousting armor too, is that it deflects.
Is to keep you from dying.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna get this girl going.
Dying is
bad.
Is it's not gender exclusive.
It's really not.
Just wear armor.
Put that on a t-shirt. Dying is not gender exclusive.
Yeah.
Oof.
So just wear armor that's gonna protect you guys.
Yeah. So I've got my girl here going with the kind of like the leather armor kind of style. So she's got like the big. I'm not gonna call them pauldrons because they don't typically look like pauldrons, but they kind of sit across her shoulders and back. And they're going to do this thing where I'm looking at this armor where it kind of connects into the shoulder of the armor like that. There's your kind of square neckline. It also has like this kind of line design across the front. Like this is all leather armor. So I'm going to go for a girl with leather armor because we're half orc, and that means we're super hard to kill. And just beef is just my default state, so we're doing that. Also because I already said that she's one of War Mother's children, so she's gonna be big. And there's like this cool cloth wrap thing that's going on here with the arm that I'm looking at on my reference. And I really like that.
Also, guys, if you guys don't use reference, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, reference is a very good key to use. There was a point where I did no reference, and it was a struggle to draw things sometimes. Like, I do it because I was, like 14. But essentially, It was like one of those things where I was like, I realized if I don't have reference, I will be very reluctant to draw it, and then I won't. And then I went to school for this, which, you don't always have to go to school for it. There's online courses, there's like a million ways to do it, but always Google reference. Because that is it's always a good way to learn because, it is. It just is.
But I guess the point with the whole reference thing is like, for some reason, art people think that you don't need reference, and it's a load of BS.
Reference is very important to have. It makes things a lot. You learn through it also.
Yeah, like there's you need to learn how something looks.
Yeah, if you have a better understanding of it, you'll have an easier time drawing it. There's her kind of skirt. And because Pan, we're gonna take the fan braces. I just like saying fan braces. And I'm gonna kind of do like a kind of scrolling ivy design, kind of inlaid into the leather.
You're getting all fancy on me.
I'm getting super fancy. Look at that Null girl. She looks so good. And for Pan,
as someone who's sitting here watching you guys do this, both of your designs are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm gonna do a little Pan head.
Are you gonna color yours?
I don't know. Think about it right in this moment. I'm thinking about it. Well, yeah, because we're gonna show them off, so we might as well get them kind of finished looking.
I'll color too.
Oh, you're gonna color, so fancy. And so, yep, and let's say I'll have kind of like that standard round shield on her back. What is it? The tartan shield is what it's called. Is that what I'm thinking of?
You're thinking.
Let me see.
Off the top.
Is it the?
Like the
that's a buckler.
Well, is it a buckler like smaller for the arm, or I could be wrong?
It can be, yeah.
Okay, because I was just going for the standard
Is yours bigger?
round shield. Yes, it's like sitting on her back, so it's like almost like a turtle shield, like a turtle shell in a way.
Yeah,
That's
it's round shield.
Yeah, round shield. Yeah,
It's just round shield.
Let's not get fancy in names. No. Who needs
round shield, tower shield, buckler,
kite shield,
kite shield.
Good old kite shield.
Hey, fun fact for all the history nerds out there: tower shields, they're made for archers.
Yeah. Also,
not for combat.
I mean, that's
like,
a good fun fact for if somebody wants to play a ranger or a fighter with a bow.
Yeah.
They can have a tower shield that they just sit in front of them, and it increases their AC. I don't know. I don't know if there'd be a DM that allows it, but that's a thing.
Historically accurate, yes, please.
Historically accurate D&D in my games? Excuse me?
Disgusting.
My rogues wear all black and walk around in broad daylight, and then they disappear when they roll a 30. I'm going to make her kind of an older lady. Seasoned. Alright, there she is. Maybe I should give her her weapon. What am I gonna give her? I'm gonna give her. Let's give her a mace. Standard cleric weapon. Oh, good God! That looks like a machete.
I mean,
Lord. That's a cleric that's not fucking around. But we'll just work with that.
Does chat have any idea on what to name them?
Oh yeah, chat. You should be coming up with names. If you wish to come up with names. I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do. Let's do the little arm loop. Because that's the thing. Although technically her handle should be shorter for that. Historical accuracies. I feel like anytime I draw armor, I'm about to be judged.
I will happily look it over for you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll send you my reference. Which I'm not going to include the helmet. I just like the general style of this. Pointy sternum. Yes, pointy sternum death. America. Oh, okay. We'll call her America. I'm down for it. There you go, bro. All right.
Anybody have any idea on the Knoll Warlock?
Ooh, Knoll Warlock. What are we calling her?
I don't know why, but I love my characters wearing purple.
It's a good color.
I say.
It's
gotta be like some sort of guttural name.
Well, yeah, Knolls are very
usually, but then again, if we want to go out of
trope, we're leaving the tropes behind. She is a civilized Knoll.
I want her name to be Ash.
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 Oh God, I just had really bad war flashbacks to the Green Hag from our campaign.
Oh Lordy, don't remind. You're having flashbacks to your Green Hag? I'm having flashbacks to the Knoll Priestess we had to fight. Or that, characters wanted to fight.
Well, that's a good reference.
Yeah, I really like that style.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad we didn't end up fighting her.
I'm going to apologize because I'm about to zoom in, so Twitch is only going to see my end because I need to like get this eye and it's driving me nuts. And like, draw pile brushes can only go so far. Right, I just gotta get these eyes real quick.
You got this.
Got it. I got this, bro. She is beautiful, orc lady.
Enhance.
Enhance! So I get all this detail work out of the way. How's this for a half orc? She's beautiful. Yeah, that reminds me of the that meme that was shared. Our good old friend Professor Socks had put out about half orcs coming from loving families instead of like tragic backstories that are war torn and just all around not terrible in the not terrible in a sucky sense, but terrible in a just dramatic, depressing sense. All right, there she is. Zoom back out. I'm pinching my screen, so that's why the screen gets wonky when I do that. I'm using touch screen.
Aren't you fancy?
Future. Okay.
I'm over here with a Wacom tablet being awful.
Oh, that is amazing work you're doing.
Ugh.
Bro, can I just say one thing?
Hmm.
I'm gonna say your line work for your stylized pics have inspired me to adopt doing kind of heavy line work like that, and I realize that it really helps me get a piece done in a very timely fashion. Because otherwise, I'll just sit there and I'll have it like super zoomed in, and I'll just be like working every little detail until it kills me.
Bro, so, like line work adds like the weight. It's fantastic.
I love that line weight.
Ugh, that's so good.
Good old line weight. I like me a thick line.
I do too. Who doesn't like a thick line?
Grayson loves thick lines.
Grayson loves so many thick lines, bro.
2 thick lines to be exact.
He can handle them.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm sure he can.
Oh, he has.
Allegedly.
Hannah.
He allegedly has.
Hannah said I could say some things, but you want this to be a nice chat.
I think we're past that at this point. But okay.
Put it in the other chat.
Put it in our secret chat.
Secret chat.
Which is just a standard friend group chat, so it's not that secret.
Yeah. Oh my.
Or you just put on the Alistair chat because we're all friends and very close. Oh my god, Hannah. Yes, we do enjoy thick lines. Yes.
Did you post it? I need to see what it says so I can cringe. You're not wrong.
And I'm just thinking of this half orc character and how she'd probably have like one of those giant mountain goats as like a mount. Yes. Like I think that looks super cool. What about you, bro? What kind of life is your Null living?
She's pretty classy. She's got let me see if I can actually do this a little bit better. I know. I like her hair.
I really like her hair too. I like the braids you got going on.
I'm a sucker for a good braid.
Braids are good. I miss doing braids so much. Fun fact for chat, once upon a time my hair used to be down to my ass and I used to braid it all the time. It was amazing.
That's so weird.
What?
It was amazing.
I can't
You
braid.
miss having,
That's the
having
only thing
do
I
that.
miss. That is literally the only thing I miss about long hair is being able to braid it. Because I used to like do like, I mean, you saw. I always used to do braids. With
I
it.
know.
I can't do my own hair to save my life.
I'll do your hair, bro.
I can't. I can't do it. It's
Braid
that
party.
Bro, I'll do your hair.
my hair's long as F now too.
I'll do your hair, bro.
On the next on the South by Southwest draw pile, it'll be a hair party.
I'll be braiding Lynn's hair as Lynn draws things on my tablet. Because Lynn wants to experience the Cintiq Wacom. God, it sounded like Gentil saying that. The Cintiq Wacom.
Zintik.
Oh, it's the Cintiq. I can't do it. I keep thinking of Don.
You want to know the worst part,
Don
Vic?
Carnage.
I am Don Carnage.
Don Carnage.
Do you want to know the worst part, Vic?
Yes.
He has like
I helped
5
build
assets going on at once.
Lynn, how could you betray me like this?
Well, it was my DM. He was like, "Hey, let's make this guy," and I was like, "I want him to be the elf of my dreams." And he's like, "Okay, his name's Gentil de Dumont, which means like the gentleman of my dreams."
Oh dear God.
That's what that. Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, great." And then I made him, and then I fell in love with him, and then he completely iced my character in game, and I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Woof.
Yeah, it was a bad time.
Bro, you wanna know a secret?
Mm,
You wanna know a fun secret?
yes.
If we're gonna talk about characters of our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, when Dis was first introduced, I was like, I like him. I want to smooch him. He's cute.
I want to smooch him.
I want to smooch him. He's cute. Look at him. He's so angry. He's like a violent puppy. Love it.
God, it's like that. It's like that vine. It's like that vine where he's like, "Oh, look at you! You're so cute. I want to do harm to you." Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Literally, that was the mood. Because it was like, oh, here's this character. Oh my god, I love him. And I started drawing him, and I was like, oh, the thirst. It's there. Which, yeah.
Well, we all see how that went.
Yeah, well, I guess he prefers more legs. At least in some realities he does.
I refuse to live in his actual plane of existence.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah. There's. I mean, I cannot speak for Dis and Sacred World, but I'll just say Dis from Horn of the Dragon Queen.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I can't say much because you're in a very vital point where I literally cannot say anything as DM. So we'll see what happens. I've already sent you my song recommendations and made you sad, so like literally from
Time
like
to be sad.
Monday to now, I'm just like that game. Friday. No, Monday was a heckin' game we had, and like ever since then, I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of all of the potential ramifications of what's to come for these characters, as DMs do. And so I was just like playing out several realities in my head, and then because of it, I was just like listening to like mostly Hosier songs because that's where a lot of my inspiration draws from when writing characters. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
West is a combination of the work song and Nobody. And I guess right now what I have for, I mean, if I'm gonna be a tease about it, because I'm such a tease. Don't you make that noise at me. She made the most disgruntled noise about that. Alright. Hork. So, green. She's a green-skinned lady.
Okay, I think my nose done. Actually, wait, I gotta do one more thing.
I love her.
Hold on, I'm gonna do the highlight.
Ooh, yeah, do that highlight. Your signature highlight, I love it.
Always the highlight.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna be a tease about it, a song that I'm using as inspiration for an upcoming storyline is oh god, the name just escaped me. I had it in my head and I've only been listening to it all week.
What's that song?
I know the song, it's just I can't words correctly right now. And oh yeah, that's the song. A song that I'm using as heavy inspiration. If any of my players are listening right now, other than Lynn and Tabitha, the song I'm using for inspiration for an upcoming interaction is basically "It Will Come Back," and because I love that song to death.
What is it?
It Will Come Back.
It's a Hosier song.
It's a Hosier song. I'm using that as inspiration. I sent you the lyrics to that one.
You did.
It was the ones that you're like, please stop, it's hurting me.
Yeah, that song.
So that's a song I'm using as inspiration for an upcoming potential
Great.
interaction that could happen.
Great, I'm excited.
So I like to use music as inspiration for some of my stuff.
Let me see what Grayson's inspiration music is.
I mean, I don't use music all the time. I mean, I know a certain DM who uses songs for character inspiration, and he's amazing and has wonderful, gorgeous long locks.
This better not hurt my Zenebe ship.
But if I'm gonna talk a bit about canon, if I'm gonna talk about canon dis, Sacred World dis, I was told that a lot of his inspiration as a character came from Cradle of Filth songs. So if you want to get into his head, that's one way to do it.
I'm looking at Grayson's playlist, and it's all like early 2000s like punk.
I mean, that's pretty on brand in my opinion.
Oh my god, it's pretty fantastic.
Hannah said this better not hurt my Zenebe ship.
You know. Captain Zenebe. Oh, that's a character while I'm coloring in this moment. That is a fun character that kind of defies the trope of rogue, because he's a big tiefling man, and usually you expect rogues to be like, also playing in the conversation of body type. He's a giant tiefling man. Like, I think he's like 6'4" or 6'3". I can't remember exactly what the height I gave him, but he's pretty tall and he's pretty burly, and you wouldn't expect that out of a rogue, because rogues are supposed to be like, you know, dexterous, and I guess the class trope of him being sneaky.
Break the trope.
What?
Break the trope.
I broke the trope. He's a swashbuckler. He's he was fun. I mean, he was an ex-pirate, so living on the high seas. So he's just like all about that. I mean, he's dexterous in a way. Like, you see him, like you first meet him, he's hanging off the side of his ship while they're charging directly at a dragon turtle. So that was a fun introduction. But I guess in a way he kind of falls into the rogue of I mean, a lot of character classes can dual wield. That's my word. But yeah, he just kind of falls into the well, he doesn't fall into any trope. Well, he's a pirate. Kind of falls into a pirate trope. Pirate with a troubled past. Ex-pirate. But I give 100% of Captain Zenebe's credit as a character.
With the best whiskers.
He has the best whiskers. 100% of Captain Zenebe, the design came from my player Steph, who plays Ophelia, and Ophelia was basically, her background is it's her family's merchant ship, so by default she's running the ship as kind of like a test into, you need to be responsible and you're gonna have to take over this family, so we're gonna give you the responsibility handling the ship. Here's the crew captain, here's your crew. And so Zenebe was like her basically her, I'm not gonna say, well, nanny, yeah, essentially her nanny slash, you know, caretaker slash father figure who isn't her father. Kind of a surrogate father figure in a way, especially for Yuli as well, because Yuli is just a character who is wrapped up in mystery, and I only say that because Josh doesn't tell me much about him.
We know nothing about him.
I know maybe like I maybe know like maybe like 2 things more than the actual players know about Yuli, and that's it. Like that is literally it. Which I mean, because I do like it when, which I do like that my characters, my players, same thing, right? My players message me like little like either like little factoids or little like quick things like before sessions, like, hey, here's a thing that I think would be interesting, and I'm like, yes, let me add that in like a little bit before stream. Let's do it. Like
I feel Grayson's an open book for you though.
Yeah, of course he is. Because I like being transparent in my game and how things are played. Fun fact: the whole scenario between Yuli and the woman on the ship from Monday's episode, I wrote that maybe in like a couple hours before we streamed. Because Josh came to me, he's like, "Hey, I decided what I want. I decided on this thing," and I was like, "Cool." And then he told me the idea, and we brainstormed it, and we were just so psyched about it. I wrote it like a few hours before stream, and I'm like, "I'm gonna push all these plans aside. We're doing this first." Because
I just knew because you sent me the picture.
Yeah. I was super proud of that picture. That was like the fastest I've ever put anything together.
I think a character I want to explore more in artwork wise would be my artificer.
Oh yeah, Lucas.
I want to play with Lucas some more and
like
Christo.
Yeah, Lucas and Christo, yes. Yeah, speaking of artificers, I really should draw Ragnar more. I should actually draw Braum, because I need to draw Braum. You can't have Ragnar without Braum. And I'm eventually planning his character card. I don't have anything at the moment, but when I do make his character card for the next bout of art, I do want to include Braum, because naturally Braum needs to be in there. And I need to learn to draw more constructs. Because I'm going to say my one weakness is drawing inorganic things. Because, you can tell from my style, I prefer drawing things that have, like, soft curves. And I'm not very good at rigid strokes. I can't draw a straight line in my life.
I feel the same way, but, like, I have a lot of really hard lines.
Yeah.
But I don't like drawing inorganic things.
Yeah, it's difficult. Because I feel like there's, like, you can't really have that kind of give when it comes to drawing inanimate objects. Or just inorganic in general.
If you hear crinkling, it's because I'm eating Sour Patch Kids.
Delicious.
It's also 1:30 in the morning, but I don't care.
As long as you know the consequences.
It'll be fine.
Alright, almost there.
Yeah, I definitely want to draw Christo more.
Yeah.
To get
I definitely want to see what Christo looks like.
I think I've only drawn him once.
Oh yeah? My memory's blanking on me.
Hold on. It was the one where it was Lucas working on him in the shop.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that's the only time I've ever drawn Christo.
I would think so, because there we go. There she is. Oh, I forgot her eyes. Oh my god. I forgot all of her face. Hard part about this is I can't hotkey the eyedropper tool to my pen, and that's just a little annoying to me. I forgot. Does War Mother have red eyes or gold eyes?
What?
Hannah!
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 Hannah! Waiting for it. I hate this 30-second delay. It's killing me.
I do too.
Oh, goodness. I literally could probably just go look at her character art, like, right now on Discord.
Probably.
It's just taking me. Yellow! Okay, thank you, Hannah. Let's just go see this. There we are.
Cool.
I'm gonna kind of gray out her hair so it's easier for you to see. So I can color it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very proud of this knoll.
You should be proud of that knoll. That's a super good knoll you got going on right there.
I never get to draw, like, anthro characters.
Get to or don't
So
want
that's-
to.
Well, I don't get them commissioned very often.
Oh, this is true, yeah.
I do have one that's coming up that's going to be a Kenku, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, yes. I love Kenkus. Kenkus are, like, one of my favorite, like, non-humanoid classes. Races. Oh, my God. That's, the tiredness is wearing on me. Beady. Yes, Beady. That was an NPC I came up with, like, forever ago. It's like, I'll eventually play Beady. Because I like the challenge of being a Kenku, because you have to only mimic
I think it's
what you
fun.
hear.
I mean, you're constantly having to repeat what you say. Well, what their collective verbal communication is repeat.
Yeah, so you're, like, literally just being a parrot, like, all the time. So I think that'd be fun to play, to, like, try to get over the challenge of, like, trying to communicate with your party. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should.
Oof, that's a rough job.
Oh no, I'm on the wrong layer.
Oh no, layer check, bro!
There we go.
Oh god, dang it.
Gosh darn it, there we go.
Long layer.
Yeah, I was on the wrong tool. And then I was also on the wrong layer. Oh, and laurels. Oh, what color should I make the laurels? Should I do gold laurels or should I go for something off color? To kind of make it pop.
Make it be like a bluish green.
Okay. Yeah, like kind of a tealish. Oh yeah, just kind of like that.
Just so it doesn't like mold into her skin.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, how about that? That looks good. Oh yes, yes, I like this.
We did it.
We did it, bro. There we are.
Yes.
Shiny. So I like shiny armor. Well leathered. Well leathered. Well oiled leather. Damn it, I can't talk anymore.
Well leathered oil.
Well leathered oil. Yes.
Jesus just commented on your Rocco picture and said dreamy.
He's so dreamy. He's Circle of Dreams.
He's not. He's really not. He's okay. I am saying something bold. Rocco is worse than Irian.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's super bold. I love it. I love him more.
It's a bold statement, but yes.
There you go for more.
He's not that bad.
I just got to that part in the chat.
Wait. I can't spell. I'm sorry, Hannah.
Hi, what? I just heard that part in chat. What Rocco's worse?
Cole, stay out of this.
What?
There she is. So what'd you name your doll?
Hold on.
I want to do a highlight too because I'm cool.
Ah.
That's the name.
I don't know where the highlight thing came from with my stuff, but I enjoy it greatly.
I'm digging it. Looks like she's facing the sun and like ready for an adventure. There we go. Beautiful.
We did it.
We did it, bro. Awesome.
Save that.
Internet
Make sure you
high
save
five.
that. Yes.
There we go.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Yes, perfect. All right. And timing it at... We are only 30 minutes over. So, hey, not bad. Only, hey, there's times where we went, like... there's times in games where we went, like, 2 hours over stream.
2 hours.
Hour, 2 hours, 5 hours.
You know what happens. But, to be fair, we started on time.
We did start on time. We just took extra special care with these characters. So
Dude, and they look amazing.
Yeah, so we have Ak, the Null Warlock of Great Old Ones. And then we have Marika, the half-orc life cleric of the War Mother's tribe, as we have decided.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, there we are. Thank you guys so much for your submissions. We'll keep up doing this every week, or every other week, depending on, what kind of, week we're having. I'm going to say the plan is we do this every week, but sometimes life happens, so just kind of expect there to be a week where we're just like, Nolene, thank you so much.
Nolene is beautiful.
I'm so sorry, Shortbeard. You just caught us at the end.
Are these going to go up on YouTube?
Yeah, of course. I'm recording it right now, so joke's on you, Jesus, as he edits this later. So yes, this video will actually be edited, and because I'm going to say the first episode was a test, and we're pretty spot on for our second time. So this video will be edited and put up on our YouTube page, which is under the same name, Divine and Conquer. You can always check out our Twitter, where we're always posting stuff. Just, talk to us. We're cool people.
I need to change the name to Nolene, because now I've got like that Dolly Parton song. Nolene. Yeah.
Nolene. God, yes. Nolene. Okay, Nolene, the Null Warlock. Perfect.
Nolene.
Mwah.
Nolene.
Nolene. Yes. Yeah, so, yep. Thank you so much for giving us Nolene and Marika. May they go out into the world on great adventures. I'm so glad.
I think they're going to be in the same party.
Oh, absolutely.
They're in the same party.
Make it so.
You know what? I bet Marika braids her hair.
Oh my god, yes. Marika 100% braids her hair. She'd be a good mom of the group.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Nolene's the wild card for sure.
And shout out to the Alistair Discord for giving us these suggestions.
Yes, shout out to the Alistair Discord, and if you're not on the Alistair Discord, you should think about joining, and you can join by subscribing to our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. So you get access to the Discord, you get to talk to us, you get to throw in character suggestions, and we also have like Alistair drop piles within the Discord itself, which eventually we're going to get around to that. As we are,
we've been busy We've been busy, Vic, because Alistair is going to be released soon.
It is. For a minute, I thought that sentence was going to end with "We've been busy, bitch." I was like, okay. Just bracing myself.
Bitch.
Bitch. Yeah, that's me. Hi, what's up?
No.
That's my other name.
I'm very tired, and I was in the middle of eating one of my Sour Patch things, and it got caught on my mouth.
They're sweet, and then they're sour, and then they're sweet again. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. I don't need Sour Patch Kids.
Sour, then they're sweet.
Okay, fine. I don't eat Sour
It literally
Patch
tried to
Kids.
hop out of my mouth.
Don't touch me. Stop it. Chat mod's abusing me. Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's gonna be released soon.
It will be released
and
soon.
We're
gonna be out there in the world, bro. We're gonna be out there in the world with the webcomic.
It's gonna be out there in the world.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing.
So check out Alistair when it comes out. You'll know when it's out because we will be screaming about it nonstop when it's out.
We're gonna be real annoying about it.
Super annoying. More annoying than we are. Linear Grayson almost came out.
What does that mean?
Oh no, we're so tired. Yeah, so
how dare you speak to me?
How dare you? Dad, calm down.
Dad,
Dad, please. Daddy.
I need to work on my Grayson voice because I'd love to start actually doing his voice in
That'd
campaign.
be fun. Yeah, that'd be so much fun.
How dare you speak to me? It'd be great.
Yep.
I'm very tired.
Son, there's this thing you need to know, and it's called please get the fuck over yourself.
Oh my god.
We get it. It's a phase. We've all been there. Yeah, so... oh, God. Yeah, so... Thank you for watching our show with us, Demiplanes and Doodles. We will be back next time with tieflings as our subject, because we love them tieflings.
Okay, when you hear tiefling, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Tiefling, the word tea and then fling.
Okay, not literally.
No, okay, but I'm gonna say...
I know, the picture you're talking about?
Yes, that's the picture I'm thinking of. Don't throw it at me! She's about to fling that tea at me right now.
Shane says it's when I've been busy, bitch. That was the Grayson thing.
Perfect. Yeah, so tiefling, first thing I think of naturally is horns. Horns and tails. That's directly where my mind goes. Horns,
I find it interesting.
Tails, sometimes little hoovesies.
I found it interesting that tieflings are the ones that have the tails, but dragonborn don't.
Oh, that's I don't follow that rule.
I don't follow that rule either.
All my dragonborns have tails. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like that rule either.
Yeah. And if I roleplay as a dragonborn and I say that his tail is doing one of them heckin' good happy wags, and somebody's like, dragonborns don't have tail, I'll be like, this one does. Because
I agree with
breaking tropes, breaking molds, breaking rules.
Yeah. I also want to see more goat tieflings.
I'm so sorry that I've contributed for half of those.
No, I'm just saying like you've got, Zephyr and Zero and Zevra. Oh, that's a lot of Z's. Zephyr, Zero, and Zevrus. All the cow tieflings.
Zero, Zevrus, Zevier.
Yeah.
Zenebe.
Yeah.
I'm
saying Zephyr, Zero, and Zevrus are all the cow tieflings.
Yeah, I like playing along with that one because they're
what other animals can be.
Well, as you know, Stranger I model after a cat. He's very alley cat-esque in a way. So he has normal.
Cole's kind of like that too.
Yeah, Cole's like that. Kind of cat-like, aloof. Don't touch me. You can only pet me 3 times, and then I'll bite your hand. I'm gonna be an asshole about it. I'll knock things off counters. I don't care. Constantly yowling, hissing. I hear a cat in the background.
I am being summoned.
It's like, hello, I'm being summoned. What other tiefling blends could we make? Like, we have bringing back Critical Role, and it was my idea first, but Laura said it first. Having tieflings mixed with other races, so seeing what kind of variants you can get, like how we have our blue tieflings because there's water genasi mixed in. There's also furbolg mixed in, and that's why they're so heckin' huge. What other variants can you get for tieflings? The only other one I could think of is Tabitha had an original tiefling character, a sorcerer, and she was a draconic sorcerer, and her father actually was a dragon, so she was like she was kind of like a magenta pinkish tiefling, but her entire skin texture was dragon scales.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, so just I guess.
Man, another thing is the old guard have a problem with anything that's not mixed with a human.
Yes, it's just if you're
crap.
Human, if you don't look human, just no. That's just how it would be.
I had my orc. I had him as a half orc, but he's actually like a quarter orc. His father was a half orc.
Oh, hey,
and his mother was a human.
I'm reading Shortbeard. Hey, that's a cool tiefling you got there. I like the ram horns. Ram horns are always my favorite when drawing on tieflings. So, shout out to Shortbeard's tiefling Revelry. He's cool. I like him.
Oh, that's super cool. A dwarf tiefling.
Hey,
that's
Shortbeard.
Cool.
If you want, go into the Alistair Discord. Give me some deets. I'll totally draw him.
Oh, there you go.
because I love drawing tieflings, and I like drawing different variants of tieflings, so if I can get some practice on them, we might see them next episode, because I want to draw as many tieflings as possible, because this is now my brand, and I will lay on my pile of tieflings. Dwarf tiefling! Cool! Nice! There's going to be so many kinds of tieflings we can come up with.
Oh, that'd be super cool.
Yes!
I'm into it. But yeah, I want to see more different kinds of tiefling that don't have the broody backstory.
Yes. I'm also reading Hannah is working on a giraffe.
Well, that's okay.
I want to see it. Please, I want to see that visually.
That would be sick.
I mean, honestly, I think the horns would be cool, because you get the giraffes have those nubby little horns.
The nubs, the nubbies.
The nubs, the good nubs. Oh, yes, give me that art of Reb. Give it to me, bro. I want that art.
Yeah, hey, Shane, put it up on the Alistair Discord.
And Zenebe. We love Zenebe. Zenebe is a good character. Thank you for giving him to me, Steph, so much. I'm loving a whole pirate tiefling. I also just like pirates in general, because I'm that.
Don't tell us to go to bed, Hannah.
No, I will not go to bed. I'll lay in bed
for
we're gonna 3 hours.
We're gonna hop off here, and then we're going to not go to bed.
We're just gonna keep talking to each other.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, that's about how it goes. Yeah, so next episode is going to be tieflings and all the different kinds of tieflings we can come up with, and how we can just keep breaking tropes as we do. So
As we do.
All right, so with that, we are going to sign off. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe on our Twitter, our Twitch, our YouTube. We have a Facebook too. So, check us out on Divide and Conquer. You can also check out Alistair on Webtoons. They'll be up very soon. We have a couple teasers. You could also check out our Patreon if you're not on it. And with that, you can also meet us in the Alistair Discord. We can draw your characters for you and be generally cool bros. Just be bros and, hang out, have pizza.
Pizza time, bros.
Pizza time, bros. And I guess with that, what else can I say? Stay hydrated. Drink your water.
Stay hydrated.
Tell your bro that you love them. Tell your bro you love them, because they're good bros. Be good to your bros.
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent. Okay, with that, we're going to bed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, guys. See you next time.
Good night, y'all.
Bye. Stop being